Hi, it's Chris here, and here I am on Facebook with my lovely wife. Feel free to add me if you like everything that you see here. Today, I'm actually going to be talking about outsourcing lead generation and marketing tasks. I'm going to give you some really good ideas on how to successfully outsource. So, some of the sites that I use to outsource when I do outsource is Odesk.com. That's a good one. You can use freelancer.com, and you can hire people there. And then there's actually the Warrior Forum, where if you actually go to Warriors for Hire, you can hire people there as well. Now, I want to tell you how you can do outsourcing so it's very successful and profitable for you. I'm just going to give you some ideas. So, this is specifically towards marketing and lead generation. So when you outsource lead generation, you can actually have others set up or manage your PPC campaigns for you. You can have them post in Craigslist or Facebook. So the tasks that you're doing right now, you can outsource that on a daily basis, have one or two or even three people doing it for you, generating leads. Now, here's the thing that I recommend. This is the key to success with outsourcing. Excuse me, is you want to share 50% of your earnings with them. And I'm going to explain why you want to do this, right? So example, if you're in a network, a lead network, a pay-per-lead, or a CPA network, however it is, and let's just say the network is paying you $1 per lead, you can actually have it set up, depending on who you outsource with, you can have it set up so every time they generate a lead, you can set up conversion tracking, or you can set up like a little pixel to do that. But every time that they generate a lead, they can earn 50 cents. And you'd have to make that agreement and talk to them beforehand. Usually what you want to do when you find some qualified people, you want to get them on Skype. You want to find out how they're going to be driving traffic. Now, there are some people out there that aren't going to drive very reputable traffic, meaning that they're going to be driving traffic from spam sites, pornography sites, or flat out those surfing sites which don't convert. Which, if you're hiring an outsourcer and you're paying them by the hour, that can be very, very expensive, because if they're just posting links but no leads are coming through, it's actually going to cost you more money. And that's why when I outsource lead generation specifically, I always find someone who's going to agree to get paid so much per lead. So in the back of my mind, if I'm in a network that's paying me $3 per lead, I'm going to say, hey, for every lead you generate, I'm going to pay you $1.50 per lead. You're giving them 50%. They're motivated to generate you quality leads. So it's a win-win situation for both. You're not doing any work. Every time they generate a lead, they get paid. So it's going to make them want to work harder and reach those goals. And every time they're generating leads, you're going to be getting paid. So that's my recommendation, is when you're hiring somebody to do that, share 50% of your earnings with them. So if they're out there generating leads for you, if you're paying them $5 an hour, but they only generate a couple of leads at $2, well, you're actually going to be losing money. So that would make your outsourcing very unprofitable. You don't want to do it that way. Now, when it comes to PPC campaigns, what I usually negotiate is I'll be paying for the traffic, right? I'll be paying for the clicks. I get someone who can set up a really profitable PPC campaign for a certain niche. I set up my own PPC campaigns personally, because I know how to do PPC. But if you're not sure on how to do PPC, you can have someone set it up for you. And you want to be generous, and you want to pay them for setting it up, and of course you're going to be paying for the ads. But as a bonus, as an incentive, because people that are outsourcing, they want to make money too. Every time that a lead is generated, you can say, hey, I'm going to pay you a bonus every time a lead is generating. And the reason why you do that, it's gonna make that other person on the other end want to do, want to work harder for you, because they know if they set up a successful campaign, or they're generating the right traffic, they know that they're going to be rewarded for it. Whereas if you're just like, I'm going to pay you $5 an hour, that's not so motivating, because they can be like, hey, if I don't generate any leads in this hour period, I'm still going to make $5. So it's so much better to have it set up where you're sharing, part of the profits with you. So you're not going to say it like that. You're gonna basically know in the back of your head, hey, I'm in a network that pays $4 per lead or $6 per lead, whatever it is, and I'm going to go post a job, and I'm going to say, I'm going to pay out $3 per lead. For every US, UK, Australia, Canada lead, right? So you're going to specify that. And then, of course, you want to always try to have some communication with the person who's outsourcing. You want to find out their methods of generating traffic. You want to make sure that they're not going to, do anything that's going to, harm you, depending on what network depending on what network you're in is what I'm trying to get at. So you don't want them to generate, bogus traffic or anything that could get you kicked out of networks. So that's why you want to find out, make sure that they're going to do things the right way. And so if you can set expectations from the beginning, hey, this is how I generate leads. I generate leads on Craigslist and Facebook. Would you post this ad copy on Facebook and Craigslist for me? So you can actually have the ad copy set up and give them the tasks to do. You can make a little video for them or explain to them what they need to do. They should know what to do already if they have experience, and get people to post that way. So the way you're going to find people that are going to give you these results is, we'll just go over to Odesk right here, and you can search for freelancers, and you can search for people. You can type in Craigslist posting and see what comes up that way, because there's so many people out there for Craigslist posting. And you get some people up here that kind of pop up, and it shows them their hourly rate. You don't have to worry so much about the hourly rate. The key is to negotiate to see if they're going to do a fixed price. My personal recommendation is to try to do it where they get paid 50% per lead, or you pay them a fixed price. And a good example is, you're willing to pay $20, $30, $50 up front, whatever it may be, and say, hey, I'm going to pay you this much up front to go ahead and generate leads. Or, hey, I'm going to pay you this much when you complete the job, and you have those options. But the best way to really get people coming to you is, you want to post a job. So on any of these sites, you're going to want to be the one posting, and you're going to be setting the expectations. So the people that apply, they should be reading these postings. So if you post a job here, it's probably going to make me log in. Okay, which is fine. I do have an account, but when you post here, trying to keep this video short and to the point, is you're going to put in, lead generation, looking for people to generate so many leads, per day, and you're going to set the expectations. You're going to put in there that you're going to do a fixed price. You're going to pay per lead, and you don't have to pay hourly. And I don't recommend paying hourly, just because with lead generation, you want to be able to actually get results, because it can make you go backwards if you're paying $10 an hour or whatever amount hourly. So that's kind of the key to outsourcing, is when you post on these sites, make it very clear how much you're going to be paying per lead. And you can set up the tracking for your affiliate, or you can say, hey, I'm going to pay you out every day, or I'm going to pay you out every week, however you want to pay out. You can do that. Typically with Odesk and Freelancer, though, they have the payment processor set up. So you'll have to negotiate something with like a fixed price in order to do that. Or you can go to Warrior Forum, and you can hire people there and basically post there. And that's really a great place. Those are like the three sources that I recommend using to really get people that are good at outsourcing. And I always try to go for fixed price. So personally, when I'm posting a job on Odesk, it doesn't cost anything. You just create an account with them. Look for people that are going to be able to generate leads. Do a fixed price first, or a really low hourly rate. And the thing is, with Odesk, if they do a really good job, okay, you can say, hey, if you do a really good job and generate this many leads, I will go ahead and pay you this much extra. So if your hourly rate is, let's just say, $3 or $4 an hour for this lead generation tasks, if you do decide to go that route, then you can negotiate and pay, how much you want to on top of that if they did a really good job. And that's kind of the key, though. The key to outsourcing is to have a successful relationship, talk to the person first, and try to do the 50% share. So if they're making sales, do a 50% share, because you're now able to do everything hands-free. Your business is running on its own, so it's kind of worth it. Even though you're sharing 50% of the profit with outsourcing, you can start hiring 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, as many people as you want, and basically create leverage. That's kind of the key here. That's what you're looking for, is leverage. And here's how you build leverage with outsourcing. Okay? So if you're on a low budget, start with one person. You can start with $50. You can start with $20, right? Probably really no lower than 20, but you can start with one person, start building that leverage, and then you can start moving to, start with another person to outsource. And before you know it, you have 2, 3, 4, and you're basically going to be investing your profits back into your business. And before you know it, you're going to have 10 people, 10 very productive people, using this model where you're sharing 50%. And just think, if each of those 10 people generate 10 leads per day, it's 100 leads per day, that's $100 per day. That's $50 profit for you, $50 paid out to them. That's $1,500 a month. okay, in that scenario. Now, eventually, if you create an army where you're outsourcing 100 people and they're all generating 10 leads a day, well, that'd be $1,000, $500 to you, and $500 to them. You can really create a profitable business outsourcing lead generation as long as you get the right people. And like I said, start it small, start with 1 or 2 people depending on your budget, and then you can start leveraging your business. So think of tasks that you do in your business right now that actually get results. Now, they may be time consuming, and that's usually why people outsource, is because if something is so time consuming, you're going to want to outsource that to your business, like lead generation, posting in Craigslist or posting on Facebook or classifieds. If that's your route for lead generation, we understand that's time consuming, and that's why you want to outsource it. So I hope that helps. Those are the resources I use. I mean, if you have any questions or you need help getting your posting up, just let me know. Feel free to add me on Facebook as well, and I will see you in the next video. And feel free to subscribe to my marketing channel right here for more marketing tips and lead generation.